everybody. Welcome to the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show here on KOXC. I am Derek Stuckley, along with Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett. We are 2 days away from the 2-0 state-ranked Brownwood Lions playing the Burnett Bulldogs. So, how have things gone at practice this week, Coach?
They're going well. You know, Monday it was a holiday, but we were there working in the morning. Practice till about midday. Took the pads off and made it more of a learning day, install day. Thought our kids handled it extremely well. Then yesterday was tough Tuesday. It was a long day. It was hot. The kids were out there grinding. I was really proud of their efforts. It was a long day for them today. You know, we started at 6:45 this morning and finished just a while ago. And it's just, you know, Tuesday and Wednesdays are difficult days, but our kids are just accustomed to it. They're going out there working hard. They appreciate those rankings, but understand that those rankings can fool you sometimes if you start resting on your laurels and you're not going out there and work and you're not working the way you need to. And you don't remember what got you there, you can fall on your face. So they understand the importance of playing at an elite level week in and week out, and that's our goal. We can talk about Burnett. They're a good football team, got some good leadership, got some great senior skill kids, got a couple of junior quarterbacks that do a good job. They both bring a different element to the game. Got a running back that plays both ways that does a good job. They're good up front on the offense and defensive side. They always play us really well, and if we don't show up, they'll beat us, and that's a fact, and our kids know that. So our goal is to play at a level that we feel that we can play at week in and week out, and start forgetting about the fact that what the name is tagged with the team that we're playing. Let's just play our game and do it in a way that people can't play with us, and we feel like we've been blessed with the God-gifted ability to do that. We got to take that ability and maximize it to the fullest, be disciplined and strong in the mind, and just persevere. And, you know, that's sort of our focus right now. All the accolades that are coming to our kids I think are well-deserved, and we appreciate those. We appreciate the respect that the Texas high school football community has given us, but now we have an obligation to uphold those standards and play in a way that we feel we should play as Brownwood Lions, and that's what we're trying to do.
You mentioned the close games with Burnett. Looking back, every game's been decided by at least 14 points or less. Why do you feel when the two teams play, it's always such a close game?
Maybe proximity, awareness of each other, and history of playing each other. But it doesn't matter how good or bad either team is that certain year. They're always going to play. Brownwood and Burnett is always going to be a good ball game. That's why I like to keep it on the schedule if possible, because you know that you're going to get the best of both teams. We have a relationship with the athletic director who used to be the head coach, and our defense coordinator, assistant head coach David Jones and Kurt Jones are brothers. They've been going at each other for a long time, and it's just sort of, we had cousins playing against cousins. We got cousins playing against cousins again. The Nose and Grant Jones are cousins, and that always brings an element to it. So there's a familiarity. Those kids know our kids, and vice versa, and they have a friendship and a kinship, and it's fun for them to go out there and compete against us. So I think they bring the best out of each other. So it's always a good game.
Of course, Burnett beat Lano last week 47-12. They dropped their opener to Lavernia 49-27. I guess looking at those films, what were the two biggest differences in the game that you saw?
I think the difference in the Lavernia game is the fact that Lavernia had some big plays against them throughout the course of the four quarters, and the difference in the Lano game was that Burnett had some big plays against Lano, and they're dominant offensively. They're going to try to get Grant Jones the ball. They'll put him at quarterback. They'll put him in motion and give him the ball. They'll put him at the slot. They'll put him at the wideout. They'll put him anywhere they can to try to get him the ball. He's a dynamic football player, along with a couple others. Receiver number Will Johnson's number 11, I think it is. No, Marcus Pimentel. Pimentel. I can't say last names, but another really good receiver for him. They'll throw the quick screens out there. If you give them that space, and you're not covering up a receiver, they're going to throw the ball out there and let them gain yardage, and they'll try to press the ball deep. So Coach Wood does a phenomenal job calling plays over there. He's very good at what he does, very knowledgeable and well-respected coach, and he's always going to have those kids ready. But I do think the difference in both those ball games were the big plays.
So offensively for Burnett, are they a better running team, passing team? Do they mix it up pretty well? Or
I think they do both. Dash Denton is a running back. He plays middle linebacker for him as well. He's a hard physical runner, senior leader. I mean, does a good job. He runs the ball well, and they also throw the ball extremely well. They're going to throw the ball vertical, try to get to their tall receivers and get big plays that way, but they also throw the ball horizontal with quick screens and now throws that they just try to get people in space. It's the old school sweep. What it is, just rear up and throw the ball out there and try to go get 5 yards if you can. But they're going to take advantage of whatever you're giving them. So on the defensive side, we have some things for them, and we'll continue to adjust those things as the game progresses to try to always keep them off balance. It's always a chess match. What are you doing? How are we going to counter? I think we do a good job of that. Offensively, we got to execute. They're good defensively, but they'll be in multiple fronts, multiple coverages. We got to figure out what they're doing to us and what formations and why they're doing to us, and attack their weakness. And I think we'll do a good job of that. But I do think it's going to be a really good ball game to see. I think it's going to be a close ball game, and the one that goes out and executes the most, wins most plays, controls the line of scrimmage on the offensive defensive side, and doesn't give turnovers and gives up big plays, going to be victorious.
So far, both games this season, offense has scored on the first 2 drives. Last year over at Burnett, we're down 14-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
How important is a quick start Friday night?
Yeah, I remember that well. All of a sudden you look up and it's 14-0. You're like, hey, good gosh, what happened? For us, I think our kids understand it's a 4-quarter ball game. Regardless if you're up or you're down, you got to play for 4 quarters. At some point, we feel that teams are going to score on you. You don't really know when that's going to happen, but we feel teams are going. Our goal is to keep teams under 17 points. If we can do that, we feel like that's a victorious night for us. So it doesn't really, you don't want them to happen early. You don't want it to happen at all. But when you get hit with 2 jabs right in the face and you're down 14-0 with 8 minutes left in the first quarter, that's not good. Don't want to have that happen again, of course. But we just need to stay calm. Just see what they're doing to us when we have the ball. And go out there and put points on the board defensively. They're going to move the ball. They're going to do some things we hadn't seen. Adjust quickly, play fast, try to get off the field, win the special teams game. So I think setting the tone, whether it's offensively or defensively, when we get the ball or when we're on defense early in the game is going to be important for the outcome of the game.
I guess what's been the key for the offense the last 2 weeks to get off such a fast start?
But I think it's belief. I mean, our linemen argue with each other every day in practice about protections or calls or assignments. I mean, they're constantly grilling each other about what they're supposed to do. They're not very happy when one person on the line makes a mistake, so they hold each other accountable. I think Ike's quick start, his understanding of Friday night football and where he was last year at this time, where he is now. I think that's important. He's very confident. He's letting go of the ball a lot quicker. He's putting balls in smaller windows and giving our receivers opportunities to catch. And then also our run game, with our front 5. And we got Jalen Brown and Levi Pearson who are getting most of the carries going out there running. Levi's a work in progress. He's still learning. Jalen's more of a veteran guy, but he's also a starter on defense. This time last year, we were very infant in our defense as well. We installed that defense that we run now. Last year, we really were uneducated as players in what we were doing. They were still learning. This year, our kids understand what they're supposed to do. They know what they're supposed to do. They know where they're supposed to be. Just go out there and play fast and play physical. So I think there's an advantage for us there, more so than there was last year defensively. But offensively, just us getting started with the confidence of our quarterback and him leading us.
Defensively, only giving up 2.5 yards a carry, about 14 points a game. What's been the key for them so far on that side of the ball?
Sam Common, Stevie Ramirez, and Jalen Brown probably. They're 3 phenomenal linebackers. I give them credit for making tackles, and the reason they're making tackles is because our D-line is keeping them off the ball. Julius Lara, Weston Wolf, and Robert Trowbridge are starting, for us, but Cole Miller and Quentin McCarty and Davis Lisi playing time up there, but them doing their job and letting those linebackers play is huge. And then getting support from the back end. I think Noah Gonzalez does a phenomenal job of coming downhill and playing the run. He's a physical safety, which is important. Burnett has a young man. His name's Cole. Cole Stanford. I mean, he does a phenomenal job playing the run. Good cover safety, but also when he sees run, he's a big fitter, so that's huge. So all in all, I think the leadership that we have from our linebackers gives confidence to our D-line, gives confidence to our back end as well.
Anything you want to see Friday night you haven't seen so far out of the team?
Not really. I just want them to. I want them to. My biggest goal and concern with them, and I share it with them, is playing at an elite level. Who cares who you play? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you go out there with a sense of urgency and a great passion, and you go out there and execute the offense. Have faith in the brothers beside you. Know they're going to do your job, and that they're going to do their job, and you go do yours. And support each other when we're down. Enjoy the times when we're up, but understand that we got a job to do, and you got to finish, and it takes 4 quarters to do that. So it's more of a business mentality for me on Friday night. We'll have fun when the game's over, but I think during the course of the game, I'm not a big nonsense guy. I think there's discipline on the sideline, there's discipline on the field. Everybody has a focus. That's what I want to see. I want to see us mature. Not that we're not doing a good job of that, but I just want to. Will never be perfect for me. I want to be disciplined in everything we do, and it's a business trip every time we step on the field because we're representing Brownwood, we're representing the brand, we're representing a thick tradition program, and we got to exemplify that all the time. So that's probably my biggest concern and goal for them is to reach that mentality of a business, an elite level business opportunity, and that's what I want to see from them.
All right, that's kickoff 7:30 Friday night at Gordonwood Stadium. Tickets still available?
Yep, you can get tickets at the athletic office from Lisa from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4, and then 9 to 12 through Friday. So get those tickets. They'll go quickly. It's going to be a big ball game, so I'd like to see everybody out.
We got some sub-varsity action this week, too.
Yeah, before we go, I want to say congratulations to our junior high football team. They kicked off their season and went 3 of 4 last night against Burnett, so congratulations to them. I've had an opportunity to go over there and work with some of those guys, the 7th graders in the mornings when I have time to get over there. I really like what I see from them. It's a good group of kids. The only group that wasn't successful last night was our 7th grade A, so congratulations to those teams and what they're doing and those coaches down there. On Thursday, we have our Maroon and our JV team, our fresh Maroon and JV team going to Burnett. That's at 5 and 6:30. You can get those tickets online at brownwoodsd.com/athletics. There should be a link there. If not, you can get them at the gate. They don't take cash, so it'll have to be a debit card or a credit card, something like that. But that is in Burnett at 5 and 6:30 with the 9th Maroon and JV. And then our white team will play Comanche at Gordonwood Stadium at 5 o'clock again. That's going to be a little different team for Comanche, so we'll have our hands full. So that's a 5 o'clock kickoff. Remember, you can get tickets at the gate with cash. And then Friday, our volleyball team will be at Midland Christian at 4:30. We'll host Midland Christian at 4:30 and 6 o'clock at Warren Gym. Varsity will kick off at Gordonwood Stadium at 7:30. We have cross country heading out Saturday to go to the Abilene Invitational. So Coach Parker and Coach Lipsy, good luck to you with that. And then also want to congratulate the tennis team. Went over to Glen Rose and were victorious as 13-6 yesterday. So congratulations to Coach Blasey and Coach Hutchins and the tennis team for what they're doing.
Yeah, and that was our district opener.
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah. Yep.
Always big to win the district.
Absolutely. They do a great job. Got to see Coach Hutchins yesterday morning as we were walking in. I read him a little bit, and I always rep Coach Blasey because she's such a light-hearted person, and she takes tennis very seriously, but she always has a smile on her face. But wish them both luck, and then got the results from her yesterday, and was really pleased with what they're doing. But congratulations to the tennis team, and they just continue to be successful. So I'm very proud of them.
All right, good deal. Anything else we need to mention, Coach?
Yeah, let's thank those that make this show possible.
All right, we will be back here Monday to review the Burnett game and look ahead to the Glen Rose game on the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show on KOXC, KOXC.com, the KOXC app, and the KOXC Facebook pages.
Have a great day, Brownwood.